Okay. He'll be on his way.
Okay.
Thank you.
All rise. Very good. Please be seated. There's no interpreter matters then.
No, or household.
No house calls either. Good. All right. Good afternoon. This is the 5 o'clock calendar on April 6, 2026. I will tell you that the court orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. When I call you up to stand behind the podium, give me your name and date of birth. I will not say out loud all of your release conditions. They will be on your paperwork, so you'll be responsible for reading them and understanding them, for reading them. If I do set a security appearance bond, you can go to a bondsman. It's my understanding they do collect calls from the jail. Their names and numbers are on some walls in the jail. If you can't find them or you need assistance, please ask one of the officers for help. Okay, by the way, in terms of release conditions, at a minimum, we'll say no drugs without a valid prescription and don't drive without a valid driver's license. All right, since this matter is being streamed, I'm going to give a victim's rights advisement. If a person is a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, they're advised they have the right under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on the release, negotiation for plea, scheduling, and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who's been convicted of causing your loss. If you've already not been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Okay, first person we're going to do is Chen Yang. You're appearing on which matter?
I thought there was a private attorney.
Which one?
There was supposed to be a private attorney, but I don't believe they were.
I didn't notice any NOAs.
No, they never sent it in. So.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Jan Simon Young, 11/21/2000.
All right, sir, I have, you're here on two matters. One is a probation violation in CR 2019-00634H. It's on probation for solicitation and conspiracy, both in regard to armed robberies with a dangerous weapon or deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. I appointed a lawyer for you, and your court date on this one will be April 13th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson for your revocation arraignment hearing. So that'll be at a different building from your new case. Okay. Ultimately, they'll be combined, and you'll have probably one attorney. Okay. So you'll talk to your attorneys about that. In regard to, if you were able to get out, you'd have to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. You can't possess any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no weapons. Bond in that amount is you're alleged to violate term number 1 and not being a law-abiding citizen, and bond has been set in the amount of $5,000 security appearance bond. Now, in your new case, which is 2026-112823, you are charged with resisting arrest, Class 6 felony, assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm appointing an attorney for you, and this one, you can't be in two places at once, so that's what I'm saying. I'll talk to your lawyer at the place you go to, okay? It'll be at 175 West Madison Street, which is right across the street from the other courthouse, and April 13th at 8:30 for a status conference. At this point, you have a witness preliminary hearing on April 15th at 8:30. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You're not to initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. And the same thing about no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs, without a valid prescription. And if you were to be able to get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Now, in regard to this, sir. In 2025-148015, you've been released on felonies on January 7th, 2026. Now, and these acts are alleged to have occurred on April 5th, 2026. In regard to the resisting arrest, the one felony, I do find probable cause that you committed this offense. So pursuant to Article 2, Section 22 of the Arizona Constitution and Rule 7.2b, you will be held without bond at this time on this matter. Now, we're going to have an evidentiary hearing on April 13th at 1:30 at the 175 West Madison Street. You'll talk to your lawyer about that, and that'll be to determine whether a bond can be set at that time. Okay? So, once again, my guess is you'll probably be taken for the new case first and talk to your attorney so they know where you are in regards to the probation violation. But then later that day in the afternoon, you'll be back in court for the evidentiary hearing. Okay?
All right. So,
but your lawyer will be explaining all of that to you. Okay?
no, that's it.
Jason Byer? So your name and date of birth, please.
Jason R. Byer, 6/15/76.
All right, so you are charged with 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felonies. 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession or use of a weapon and drug offense, Class 4 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison for status conference on April 13th at 8:30. And a witness preliminary hearing at this point scheduled on April 15th at 8:30. I'll tell you this, these prosecutors were asking for a bond of $25,000. I'm going to set bond as a security appearance bond of $10,000. So if you are able to post your bond, you make sure you show up for court, or else a warrant will issue and you can lose your bond. All right, step to your left, please. Brianna Fuchs. Good afternoon. Your name and date of birth, please.
Brianna Fouche, 42994.
You're here on a probation violation. I guess you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. You're alleged to violate his terms 4 and 5. I did appoint a lawyer for you. Your revocation arraignment hearing will be at 201 West Jefferson on April 13th at 8:30. This will all be in your paperwork. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. You can't possess any alcohol or consume it, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. A judge in the probation violation court set bond for you in a security appearance bond of $500.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I've already been in custody for a week, and I
What
have,
for? What for?
for this charge.
Let me look it up, okay?
Yeah,
Let me see what I can find.
I was waiting in Gila County.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Let me, just give me a,
Is there any way that I could
let
get?
me look it up, okay? Hold on.
Sorry.
Today's April 6th. The warrant was issued on March 12th. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, I think I know why. And I'm looking at what a bench warrant was. This is from a minute entry from March 12th, okay? The court signed the warrant on January 2nd. You were arrested and posted bond on February 24th in Gila County and failed to contact the Maricopa County Superior Court within time limits. So that's when the judge ordered a $500 bond. Now, I don't, so let's say you're going to find out if she's been for 5 days and what?
I don't have MCSO Shield access back here, so I'm going to be able to use that.
Okay, Officer Stewart, what do you show, what's she in on besides this?
Can you state that one more time? Right now?
Yeah, first she said she's been in since what?
I was arrested on last Monday in Gila County.
The 30th?
Yeah.
30th?
Okay, are you asking for us to check her
What is she being, besides this probation violation, what is she being held on?
Nothing.
No,
Nope, nothing, she's just here for the drug paraphernalia. That's all that says on her door card.
well, she would have been seen earlier than that, because this is, let me look at one more thing, okay?
Sorry.
According to this, there's a note from the probation department. You were arrested and given a certain booking number. I don't see anything about the 30th, so I can't even say anything in regard to it. So you'll speak to your lawyer about that, because obviously, if you were being held on the probation, I see you were picked up in Gila County Sheriff's Office, and when did you come up to Maricopa County?
Today.
That's what happened. Now it makes sense. Okay, because you were arrested. It took time for them to pick you up in Gila County. That's what happened.
Is there any way it could be released on an ankle monitor?
No, if you post bond, the $500, you can go through a bondsman. Okay, so accept your love, please. Imani Nelson. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Imani Nelson, May 20th, 2000.
You have family in New Jersey, right?
Huh?
You have family in New Jersey. Right? Now, I remember this because you had a lot of, I was reading the notes from the Justice Court, and you had deaths and illnesses in the family going back and forth, and you're a student, okay?
Yeah.
Just want to remember about that. So the problem is, you didn't enroll in home detention. Did you ever do your 11 days?
I did my 11 days, and then I sent an email to the...
What?
I did my 11 days, and I sent an email to the court for the ankle monitor thing, right? Because I graduate in 7 weeks.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Like,
I read the notes from the.
Yeah, so they're like.
Okay, that's why I will tell you this. This case has been going on a long time.
I know.
Like
I just need to say it all.
A lot of different things. I think one or two times your attorney appeared virtually because he or she was ill.
It was.
I know. I'm just telling you.
Oh, okay.
I would say because I spent a long time on this one. Okay, I just want to look at my notes about something. Yeah, the justice of the peace ordered you to be held without bond. which is unconstitutional in this type of case. Okay, so I'm not following that.
Okay.
Okay. What I've done, because I've looked at a long history, and you see you've a changed person, you've learned from it.
Oh,
but,
definitely.
Your issue is between you and the Justice Court, not this court, not in the Superior Court, okay? But I took everything into consideration. So what I did was I did set a bond about $250 instead of, well, it wasn't going to be no bond. It was that way. It's not proper. Okay. I couldn't issue that. So you can go to a bondsman, but you're due in court on April 9th. At 8:30 at the West Mesa Justice Court. You know where that is now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Okay. And I'm just trying to think. And did you have a lawyer before in that?
I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Was it a private attorney or your own?
I think it was
court appointed.
I think I was acquainted.
Okay. What I wrote is one will be appointed for you at the next court date, but that might be the same person.
Oh.
You know, I'm just guessing.
Okay.
You'll find out there, and that's something the court will have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, all right. So there'll be an attorney, and obviously, just take care of it as much as possible, and talk to your lawyer about that. And I know also you said you haven't driven in a year.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So that's another issue you can bring up with the court.
Okay.
You know, in regard to that, but that's in Justice Court, not up here in Superior Court.
Okay.
Okay. So hopefully you're able to bond out, and then make sure you show up. Don't lose your paperwork, because otherwise, if you do get out, remember, April 9th at 8:30, okay?
April 9th is, what is it? I'm sorry.
That's at 8:30. That's 3 days from now, or 2.5 days from now.
Of, like, being here?
Where?
Oh, like, you said bond, so I don't know how this works, so.
No, if you post bond, if the $250, you can go to a bonding company, then you'd be out of custody, and then show up in the West Mesa Court on April 9th.
Oh, okay, all right.
If you don't post a bond, they'll take you there.
Oh, no. Okay.
All right.
Now I get it.
Okay, no problem. Maria Blanco? Good evening. I almost said good morning. Your name and date of birth.
Maria Blanco,
And date of birth.
12/27/77.
All right, you're here on 2 probation violations. On both of them, you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. Ironically, on the 2023 140014, you're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, and 5. And in 2023 150494, you're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. All right, and you'll talk to a lawyer about those things. Now, I appointed a lawyer for you on both of them. You'll have the same court date for both, which will be 201 West Jefferson for a revocation arraignment hearing on April 13th. It's a week from today at 8:30 in the morning. Now, if you get out, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. You can't possess or consume any alcohol, no alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. And your judge in the probation violation court, on each one, it said bond of $150. So it'll be a secured appearance bond total of $300. So you can go to a bondsman. All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, step to your left, please. Jacob McNair. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Jacob McNair, 123/88.
All right, sir, you've got a total of 3 matters before me. So, 2 of them are probation violations, and the one is new charges. It's something I also I mentioned to someone else. Your probation violations, the first court date will be in one building, and the other new charges will be in another building. They may be in the same date. I'll let you know in a second. So talk to your lawyers about that, so they can be combined. And if you can't make it to it can't be in 2 places at once, so they know where you are. Okay, to avoid any potential problems. Okay. All right. So the terms are obviously for all 3 matters. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. No consumption or possession of alcohol. No weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All right. Now, So you're on probation for on both matters for possession of drug paraphernalia. You're alleged to have violated term number 1, not being a law-abiding citizen. And your court date will be April 13th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson, which is the Central Court building. And the judge down at that court is ordered you be held for each one $250 security appearance bond. That's total $500 security appearance bond. Now you have new charges: possession of narcotic drugs, possession burglary tools, burglary in the 3rd degree, and criminal trespass in the 2nd degree. Based on the limited information at this point, I don't have enough probable cause in regard to possession of narcotic drugs. Doesn't mean you won't be charged with it. There was no drug test done on it, so that'll probably be done in the future. I appointed a lawyer for you on that one. That likewise, you'll be on April 13th at 8:30 for a status conference at 175 West Madison, and a witness preliminary hearing scheduled for April 15th at 8:30. So like I told you, 2 different buildings at the same time, and you can't be there. So talk to your lawyers about that, and I appointed a lawyer for you. Otherwise, the same release conditions and bond on that one is set in the amount of $2,500 security appearance bond. So your total bond is $3,000, which you can go through a bondsman. All right? If you push your bonds, you got to make all your court dates. Otherwise, the warrants could issue and you could lose your money. Okay? Step to your left, please. All right. Jose Ugalde?
Again, sir.
Okay. Your name and date of birth, please.
Jose Luis Ugalde, May 30th, 1986.
All right. So you are charged with domestic violence charge of assault, a class 1 misdemeanor, at the Buckeye City Court. The address will be on your paperwork. Make sure you're there on April 21st at 2 p.m. or else a warrant will be issued. It'll be on your paperwork.
Thanks, sir.
I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, so you'll be getting out probably 4 to 6 hours from now once you get processed. You can't return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. All right? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so step over there. All right. Matthew Wilson.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Your name and date of birth, please.
Matthew Wilson, February 24th of 82.
Yeah, I'm sure. I just wanted to make sure my memory was right in regard to yours. So you were charged with criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, class 6 felony, criminal damage class 1 misdemeanor, disorderly conduct class 1 misdemeanor, and assault a class 1 misdemeanor. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Okay. Sir, I always recommend to people don't talk about I always recommend don't talk about the facts of the case today. Everything's being recorded, and over the years I find out people speak when they shouldn't, and the lawyers are not very happy for them. Okay. You've been, according to the allegations, the police had trespassed you before. Now, when the order of this court can affect this charge, you're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. Okay? You're not to initiate contact with the alleged victim. You're not to possess any alcohol and no drugs without a valid prescription. Your court dates will be at Superior Court on 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 in the morning. You'll have a status conference on April 21st and a witness preliminary hearing 2 days later, April 23rd at 8:30. You can get a packet from one of the officers. You can be released to pretrial services. You got to report to them within 72 hours and abide by their conditions, or else a warrant can issue. All right? But you'll be out in about 4 to 6 hours.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
I'm from Michigan. I was actually was snowbirding with a girlfriend.
I know you, well, and also you were hoping to leave today.
Well, I mean, I understand all
Approximately.
that.
Well, let's put it this way. Right now, you'll stay here. You'll stay here in Arizona as conditions. You can talk to your lawyer about that, about seeing if it can be changed, about leaving the state, and accordingly, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, but you'll be out in 46 hours, but stay away. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mohammed Zaidi? Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
The reason you got called last, because for,
Extradition.
justice case, I have to go through a lot of statements, okay? But you also,
Yes, Your Honor.
you also have two matters, okay? So, let me do the new charges first, okay? In CR 2026-003495. Okay, and this has an impact on your future of justice case also, and I'll explain to you why. You've read the laminated sheet also.
I did.
So you understand what I'm talking about. Two men, this is 2026-112819. Okay, it's in Superior Court, you're charged with one count of theft and means of transportation, a Class 3 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you on this one, okay? Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street, April 13th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on April 15th at 8:30. You're not to return to the scene of alleged crime in regard to that. Now, bond on that one is set at about a bond amount of $7,500 secured appearance bond. Okay, now, let me just double check one thing here. Okay. All right, now, on the future of justice cases, we have, this is how the new case impacts it, so, and I want to make sure you understand everything. Do not hesitate to ask me questions, okay, in regard to it.
Yes, sir.
I may not be able to answer all of them, but I'll see what I can do, all right?
Yes, sir.
I have to read it from the script because it's a lot of talking, okay? And I think it was somewhere in California, I forgot, right? Orange County?
Orange County, yes, sir, that's where I came from.
I try to refresh my recollection in regard to it. Okay. You've already given me your name and your date of birth, okay? And a warrant has been, for your arrest has been issued by the state of California. They want you back on the warrant, and you were given the laminated sheet. You've read it. Do you understand it?
No. Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. You understood what was written there, but that doesn't stop you from asking questions, okay? You have a choice to make at this time. You can decide, you can either choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to the requesting state, California, within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing and a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both Arizona and California before you can sent back to the state of California. I said 30 days, but it changed because you have new charges, okay? And I'll go into that in a second. If you decide to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you'd be held without bond in Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for California to come for you. That 30 days would start tomorrow, as long as you don't have any criminal charges here in Arizona, but you do, okay? If you do have criminal charges pending against you in Arizona, that 30-day period would not begin until those charges, the theft and means transportation charge, has been resolved, or anything else you might have, okay? If you decide to have an extradition hearing, I'll set your hearing date, the next court date, on April 20th at 1:30 at 201 West Jefferson. Now, I appoint a lawyer for the new case, but I cannot appoint a lawyer to represent you on the future of justice case because it's civil in nature. Doesn't mean you can't ask your lawyer questions. Whether he or she answers it is a different story, okay? You still have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense if you decide to do so in the FOJ case or future of justice case. You're entitled to bail in this case, which would be in the amount of $100,000. Okay, you can go through a secured appearance bond. Though if you post bonds and these things, you have to show up for both in California dates and in Arizona. Okay. If you're unable to post your bond, you'd be held in custody during that time until another judge modifies your bond. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you to California. That can take up to 90 days, but once again, you have the other charges. Okay, do you know what you'd like to do?
Your Honor, I'm a little confused because...
Sure, that's...
No, I understood what you explained.
No, I know, but if you're confused, that's the time to ask a question.
the arresting, agency told me that the warrant was out of Texas.
All right, let's look at it again. I have the warrant here. Give me 1 second. You mean in Maricopa, somewhere in Maricopa County or whatever, one of the local agencies?
Yeah, Scottsdale.
Okay.
And then the paperwork that I had just seen and booking as well.
Oh, it does say Texas only. I'm sorry. I said Orange County. My mistake. Okay.
And Your Honor?
When I said California, it should have said Texas.
Yes, sir.
Okay, my apologies on
I
that.
understand.
It was very small print, and let me just see what else we can tell you here. See, I know just a little bit about the charges, not much. I know that basically theft charges over. You know, I recommend people I can't stop you, but I recommend people not to talk about it. And is there a town in Texas called Grapevine?
Yes, sir. It's right outside of Dallas.
Okay, that's where it's from.
Right.
And they confirmed the warrant. Okay, my apologies.
That's all right.
I said.
Your Honor, can I add something?
I want to check one thing. What made me think? Oh, pretrial services by mistake put down Orange County, California. That's why.
That's what's on my ID. My ID.
Yeah, I
is
know.
from California.
That's why I looked at it, and then it is Texas. Okay, so if you're confused, now I understand why you're confused. Okay.
Right.
So everything I said about California, once again, it's Texas.
It's Texas. Understood. Overstood. So my other question is, I just successfully completed probation. This warrant was issued November 5th of 2025. I've been reporting, I was just released.
Okay, the problem is, that's all in Texas.
No, in California.
Okay.
And I was going to my probation officer every month, and he successfully released me just last month.
Okay,
I don't understand why this warrant didn't show up.
That's different states. I don't know.
He even did a records check, and I had to wait 2 weeks to make sure there was nothing out there before he took me off probation.
I don't doubt you. Let me see when this is from.
And if you don't mind,
I think it's from
November.
April. No. The warrant itself. Without revealing too much, but by the way, because I recommend it, did you have a lawyer in Texas?
I do. I do have a family lawyer.
Okay, so the point is, your lawyers can have to be the one to answer your questions, okay?
Right.
It doesn't change the fact it was a warrant. Whether California didn't notice it or not,
right.
That's a different story.
Understood. The thing is that while I was under my commitment, I exercised my right for the IDA, Interstate Agreement on Detainers Act, and I wrote them. And
okay, you're talking about it on orders. Okay, I understand.
And they didn't take me to trial.
That's an issue you talked to your lawyer about in Texas. Okay, putting all those things together. Okay, see, it's a little more difficult because we're here in Arizona. You're talking about things in California. You're talking about things in Texas.
Yes, sir.
And I don't have authority over Texas. I don't have the authority of questioning what California did. You know what I mean?
I was just asking if you could give me a reasonable bond on that.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm just going what's alleged about the value. I don't have very much information in regard to that. Okay.
It's a vehicle.
Okay, I know.
Charge is different.
Okay, I'm saying.
It's a vehicle.
You've also mentioned something that's possibly admitting to a term of it, so that's why I should discourage something. Now, if you don't want to waive your extradition tonight, you can have another court date in front of a different judge. That judge could always reduce the bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
No promises, though.
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to do that.
You'd like to what?
I'd like to do that, not waive my extradition.
That's fine. Okay. And thank you for saying you were confused, because I looked at what pretrial services wrote. Because you must have mentioned to them about probation in California, and that's probably why they wrote that down. Okay, so your next court date will be April 20th at 1:30 at 201 West Jefferson. Okay, as I said, if you were able to postpone, you still got to show up for all the court dates. Actually, I'm gonna make it $50,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We still get the other charge also. Remember, you're also affected by the new charges, okay? And no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, okay? Okay. So I understand you don't want to say in paperwork at this time. Your bond is set in the amount of $50,000, so plus the other
Thank
bond.
you, Your Honor.
Plus the other bond, and you can go to the bonding company. Once again, if you post these, you have to show up for all courts, even here in Texas, whatever. I mentioned when your hearing date will be, and if you post bond, make sure you attend all court dates or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And any other questions?
So I have two different court dates, one for the local charges.
Yes.
That's on April 13th, you said?
Maybe. Let me see. That one is April 13th and April 15th. It'll be on your paperwork, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Take care. All right. We are in recess.
Yes, on this paperwork?
Liz, thank you very much. That's what I get for the look. Oh. That's what I get for reading what professional services says. You know, it was such small print, and the time I looked at it, I couldn't really see it very well. See, right here, it says Orange County, California. You get your badge, right?
Hello, Your Honor. This is Joe speaking.
Hi.
Alan Tumnello will not be here today.
Got it.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.
Hey, ma'am, can I get your full name, please?
Eliana Gomez.
Ms. Gomez, I'm seeing you this evening on a warrant that you have out of Pioneer Justice Court in Santan Valley, Arizona. It's for 2023 charges involving minor in possession of alcohol and then failure to appear. The failure to appear charge is from 2025. I see that you're in custody on other matters. Right, it looks like you're being held on some city court and some justice court matters. Is that right?
Okay.
Okay. So, as to this Pioneer Justice Court matter, I'm going to order a $500 bond, and that'll be cash or secured. And this is just going to track your hearings, your local hearings. So, I'm sorry. It is a review? She's gonna be held on local matters. So will she have a review hearing in 30 days? Okay. So if I hold her on a bond, then what? If she doesn't post the bond, then what? They'll come and pick her up? Okay. Okay, so once your local matters are resolved, if you post your bond, contact with Pioneer Justice Court to set up a court date. If you do not post your bond, then they'll have 72 hours to come and pick you up or you'll be released at that point. All right, and you're going to get paperwork with all of that information.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Now, if I did go to court, did go to court back in Santan a few months ago to discuss these charges. They put me on unsupervised. They put me on a community service and unsupervised probation. I think is what they did. Why is it being brought back up?
So a warrant issued on March 12th.
Because I went back in October and I got my warrant squashed in October.
Okay, but so it does say post adjudication. So it looks like there was something that you were supposed to do or some reason why they issued this warrant in March. Okay?
All right.
All right, that's all. You're excused. All right, so I checked the box, that demanding jurisdiction box. You'll see. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Steve Lopez.
Mr. Lopez, I am seeing you this evening on some Tucson City Court matters that you have. I see that you're also being held on a felony matter. I'm not seeing you on that. You'll be seen separately in Superior Court. For that matter, you are being held currently, let's see, without bond. Did you say? I think we might have the wrong person. Hold on.
Yeah.
Are you Steve Ray Lopez?
Yes.
Okay. I think I need, at the jail, I think we've got the wrong Steve Lopez. I've got Stephen Robert Lopez.
Oh, yeah, that's my son.
Okay, Your Honor, because on our list it says Lopez, Steve, Ray.
Oh, you're right. It does, but I have files. Hold on. I think that might be our mistake. I've got files for the wrong Lopez, I think.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'm sorry, sir. We ended up with your son's files, and so we're gonna have to reschedule this for tomorrow morning. Uh,
I went to court and they dismissed everything and,
yeah, it looks like you're being held on $2,000 in bonds currently. So, yeah.
that's a mistake.
All right. Well, they'll see you in the morning, okay? All right. Yeah, I don't know because I don't have your file, so I'm sorry. All right, that's all. You're excused. It's okay. Hello.
Hi, Judge.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Corey Thomas Pat.
Mr. Patton, I'm seeing you this evening on a new charge of domestic violence, child abuse. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. I've reviewed all of the information provided, including the state's recommendation of a $5,000 bond. It looks like this allegation is from February 10th of 2026, and Mr. Patton is in custody on another charge involving the same victim, but from March 4th of 2026, and he's being held on a $5,000 bond on that. Is that counsel's understanding?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all right. And we have, let's see. Do I have a victim on the line? Okay. Ms. Boyer, are you here for a different case? Okay.
Oh, Your Honor, I'm just here for the county attorney.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. You're counsel for the state. Sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
No, that's okay, thank you.
All right, very good. All right, so okay, so I'll hear from defense.
Judge, given the hold that he's had that hold since March, of $5,000 bond. He hasn't been able to pay that. So given that we're asking for a bond, but something lower, given that he's already not able to pay it.
Okay. All right, I'll order a $2,500 bond on this one. It'll be cash or secured and released to pretrial posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No contact with the alleged victim. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 16th. And that's all, sir. You're excused.
Sir, take a seat in the restrooms.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
James Scheller.
Mr. Scheller, I'm seeing you this evening on a charge of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. So, sir, I'm inclined to release you, but I am going to order that you not return to your shared residence with the alleged victim. Do you have somewhere else that you can go?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear, order that you commit no acts of domestic violence. I'm going to order that you have no contact at this time with the alleged victim and that you not return to the residence. I will put in my order that you could return one time with a law enforcement escort so that you could collect your personal belongings. So you'll take my court order to the nearest police station and they will go with you to get your things. And then you're welcome. And then you need to be in Marana City Court on May 6th at 10 o'clock in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest.
Okay.
And that's all. You're excused.
Thank you.
Welcome. Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Gregory Aiden Hawkes.
Mr. Huckes, I'm seeing you this evening on 2 counts of domestic violence, criminal damage, 1 count of underage drinking. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I will enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So I understand that we have an alleged victim on the line in this matter. You may need to press *6 to unmute yourself. So if you would go ahead and unmute yourself and then tell me your name.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Hello?
Hi, I can hear you. What's your name?
Hi. My name is Danielle Hawkes. I'm Greg's mom.
Okay, and what would you like me to know, ma'am?
I would just like you to know that I do not want to, I know the charges are pressed, but I do not want to press any charges, or I don't want to, he's able to come home. He will be with me. I will be picking him up, and I will make sure that he is seen at his next court date. But there was no harm done to anyone. He did not hurt anyone. So I just wanted to I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No, that's perfect. Thank you. I understand. Okay, so sir, I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court, order that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, that you commit no acts of domestic violence, and then you need to be in Tucson City Court on May 5th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, That's all. You're excused.
Will he be released without, is there a bond or is it just a release?
I'm just releasing him on his promise to appear in court, so no bond.
Okay.
So it'll take a little while
Okay, so I can just go.
yeah, it'll take a little while to process him out, but. All right.
Okay, and May 5th at 2 p.m., is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, and he'll get paperwork too with that information.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Richard Lopez.
Mr. Lopez, I am seeing you this evening on a charge of failure to comply with a court order. It's a domestic violence offense. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I am going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, I know you were just in court today and then you were arrested after that because of your contact with the alleged victim, who Judge Millian had ordered that you have no contact with. I'm inclined to release you on your promise to appear in court if you tell me that you understand that you cannot have any contact with her whatsoever as long as the judge continues to say that you can't have contact with her. Even if she wants to have contact, you can't. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. All right, so I am going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court, order that you commit no acts of domestic violence, that you have no contact with the victim, don't go to her residence, contact her on the phone or any other way. And then you need to be in front of Judge Millian on May 12th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Let's see if she had your other case. Okay, it looks like she had set a hearing for May 4th, so I'm going to go ahead and vacate that hearing. So you'll just go instead on May 12th and she'll deal with both cases on that day.
Okay.
Okay? All right, that's all, sir. You're excused.
Thank you. Just look out the door and see them there.
No, oh, he's the one that got moved to tomorrow. He's
Okay, over there.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name, please?
Eugene Anthony Martinez.
All right, Mr. Martinez. I'm seeing you this evening on a charge of domestic violence assault. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I am going to enter a plea of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal.
May I ask you a question, Your Honor?
Yes.
Where was this taking place at? I'm not aware of this. I had no
Okay, so
clue.
this is an allegation from March 9th involving Stephanie Salvicio.
Okay, well,
It
because
says that it happened in a vehicle. Hold on. One second. Actually, it doesn't indicate the location in the report. So I'm not certain. But what I'm going to do, sir, is I am going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court, order that you commit no acts of domestic violence. I am going to order that you have no contact at this time with Stephanie. You're not residing with her, are you?
No, ma'am, I live on.
Okay, so just have no contact with her right now. And you need to be in Tucson City Court on May 12th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, you're gonna get paperwork with that information on it. Just make sure you get to that hearing, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good night.
You're welcome, you too. Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Anthony Michael Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, I am seeing you on charges that are allegations from March 10th of this year, uh, involving domestic violence, criminal damage, assault, and disorderly conduct. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you are ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So I understand that we have the alleged victim on the line. Ma'am, you may need to press *6. Oh, there you are. Can you tell me your name? I think now you muted yourself. You may need to press *6 again. Mute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you tell me your name?
Hi, Your Honor. Yes, Kim Harasimovich.
Okay. And what would you like me to know, ma'am?
Your Honor, I want you to know that I feel 100% safe if Anthony is released this evening. That's what I'm begging you to do. Even if he can't have contact with me, which I give full permission for him to do. I know he has somewhere else to go. He's not residing with me at this time. And either way, I do feel 100% safe for his release. So please consider that. I'm saying that of free will and I'm independent of him. And that is 100% what I want.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I am gonna, sir, I am gonna affirm Judge Million's order. I know you were just in court today, and Judge Million made it clear that that you can't have any contact with the alleged victim at this time, and she denied the request for contact. So,
so I did put in. Go
ahead.
Okay, thank you. I did get the restraining order removed, but for the no contact order, I had to submit it and wait for another review because it was denied on the spot. Correct.
Right. Yeah. So I'm just looking at Judge Million's order from today. She said that the victim contacted the advocate and wants contact, but Judge Million denied it. So I'm gonna keep that order in place because that's what Judge Million wanted as of today. So, but I am gonna order, sir, that you be released on your promise to appear in court, order that you commit no acts of domestic violence, that you possess no firearms or weapons, and that you're to have no contact at this time with the alleged victim. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And let's see, we are going to move your hearing. No, we're going to keep your hearing date. She told you today that you needed to be back on May 7th at 10 o'clock in the morning. So that is what I will order as well. So this case is going to be consolidated with your other matters, and Judge Million will hear everything on the 7th. All right? Do you understand all of that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, that's all. You're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Hey, give me just one moment, please. Okay, hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Zachariah Barnes.
Mr. Barnes, I am seeing you this evening on a new felony charge. Does counsel waive reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. I have reviewed all of the information provided, including the state's recommendation of a $1,000 bond. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, we're asking you to release him to pretrial services. It looks like his only prior is from 2010, which stems from his need to register. His need to register stems from that. He doesn't have any prior failures to register. He does have stable housing and employment. He's not charged with getting an ID validation. He says he's always had his ID. So we're asking you, give him a chance to be released in the community to go take care of this, as it looks like he's generally in compliance otherwise.
Sir, I will order that you be released to pretrial services supervision, so you need to get in contact with them tomorrow. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. I'm also ordering that you report to the Pima County Sheriff's ID unit within 2 working days following your release, and their information is going to be on your paperwork. And then preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 16th, but that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date, so you need to make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so you know when to get to court. That's all. You're excused. Hey, ma'am, can I get your full name, please?
Destiny Borges.
Ms. Borquez, I am seeing you this evening on charge of criminal damage, 3 counts of endangerment, and DUI. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Ma'am, the state has recommended that I release you to pretrial services supervision. So that is what I will order. You need to make sure that you are checking in with them starting tomorrow, ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. I am ordering that you possess or consume no alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you do not drive without a valid driver's license. Your preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 16th, but ma'am, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date, so you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial with your attorney so you know when to get to court. And that's all. You're excused. Hey, ma'am, can I get your full name, please? This evening on a few different matters. You have new felony charges of possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and then you have a number of warrants out of Tucson City Court that we'll get to after the felony. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. I've reviewed all of the information provided, including the state's recommendation of a $250 bond and a steps hearing. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, if you're inclined to hold her on the misdemeanors, then we would be asking for not on the felony.
Thank you. So, ma'am, it does appear that you're eligible for a drug diversion program where if you participate in some drug treatment, you could possibly have these felony charges dismissed, which would be fantastic because you have no felony priors currently. So, are you interested in getting some treatment and learning more about that program?
Yes.
All right, so I am going to order that you be held on a $250 cash or secured bond on this matter. Pretrial services, if the bond is posted, no alcohol or illegal drugs. We're going to set that hearing for that diversion program on April 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Preliminary hearing will be April 16th. Right, and then like I said, you've got a lot of warrants out of Tucson City Court. It looks like you've got 4 cases from 2021, 1 from 25, and 1 from this year, all in warrant status on those matters, and those charges involve criminal trespass, shoplifting, disorderly conduct. Looks like a few counts of shoplifting, possession of drug paraphernalia. On those matters, I'm going to order a $500 cash or secured bond. I will appoint the city prosecutor. You're going to have a video hearing on April 14th at 1:45. Unless you were to be out of custody by that date, then you would need to get to Tucson City Court on May 26th at 9 a.m. And that's all, ma'am. You're excused. Hi, ma'am. Can I get your full name?
Jacqueline Frame.
All right, Miss Frame. I am seeing you this evening on new charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal advocate's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. First, let me ask, do we know if there is a probation hold?
I just verified with the jail judge and there is a probation hold. So
Okay.
for that reason, we are asking for a nominal bond.
Okay. So, ma'am, it does appear that you are very likely eligible for a drug diversion program where if you participate in some drug treatment, it's possible that you could have the felony charges dismissed. Are you interested in that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm just going to order that you be held on a $250 cash or secured bond and released pretrial if posted. And we will set that hearing for the diversion program on April 13th at 9 a.m. And preliminary hearing is April 16th. And that's all. You're excused.
Hello.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Robert Horta.
Mr. Horta, I'm seeing you this evening on a couple of different matters. You've got some felony charges, a felony warrant out of Hamlet, North Carolina. And then you've got a couple of new misdemeanor charges as well. We'll get to those after we deal with this fugitive warrant. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. So I see the state is recommending a $100,000 bond. What I was looking for is whether or not there was any bond recommendation from the demanding jurisdiction, but I wasn't able to find that. Does the state know?
Yes, Your Honor, there was no recommendation amount
Okay.
on that, so yeah, that's correct. There was no.
Okay, so your recommendation was based on the information in the interim complaint.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, all right. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, we don't believe the bond needs to be that high. He is currently homeless and unemployed. He's not going to be able to make anywhere near that. It also looks like he was never previously arrested. And this is an old case from 2023, so almost 3 years old.
All right. I'm going to order a $100,000 bond. I'll make it cashier secured and released pretrial posted. And the hearing on the fugitive warrant will be on April 10th at 1:30. And then the local charges are camping in the park and
Good.
dogs not on leashes. On those charges, I will enter pleas of not guilty for you. And advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. On that matter, I'm going to order a $250 cash or secured bond. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And we'll set your video review for April 14th at 1:45. All right, that's all, sir. You're excused. Hey, ma'am, can I get your full name?
Elena Lopez.
Ms. Lopez, I am seeing you in a couple of different matters. You're charged with a aggravated assault on a police officer. And then I'm also seeing you on a misdemeanor warrant that you have. We'll deal with that after the felony. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you on the felony matter. And you have counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. I have reviewed all of the information provided, including the state's recommendation of a $2,000 bond. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, we're asking you to consider release to pretrial services. She has verified housing, employment, and support with her mom. She doesn't have any felony or misdemeanor prior convictions and no active NBCA flag. From my understanding, she understand she missed misdemeanor court, but was a little unstable at the time. And now that she's gotten more stable and has a job, she'll have no problem missing any future court dates.
Great. I am going to order that you be released to pretrial services supervision. You need to check in with them tomorrow. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by them. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 27th, but ma'am, that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date, so you need to make sure you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so you know when to get to court. And then on the warrant out of justice court, this is for a 2022 open container charge. I'm going to order release on your promise to appear in court for that. That hearing is not going to be for a couple of months. It's June 19th. All right. You're going to get paperwork with all this information on it, but you need to make sure that you're in touch with pretrial and then make sure that you get to Justice Court June 19th at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's all. You're excused. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Robert Joseph Martinez.
Mr. Martinez, I'm seeing you this evening on a charge of aggravated domestic violence. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. Is there no probation hold on this one yet?
No, Judge.
All right, so I've reviewed all of the information, including the state's recommendation of a $10,000 bond. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, I don't have any verified employment, so I don't think the amount needs to be that high, and I imagine a probation hold is coming.
I am going to order a $10,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured and released to pretrial if posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact with the alleged victim. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 16th. That's all, sir. You're excused. Hey, ma'am, can I get your full name?
Melissa Nellis.
Ms. Nellis, I'm seeing you this evening on a few different matters. You have new felony charges of possession of narcotic, possession of drug paraphernalia, and then you've got a couple of warrants out of justice court for misdemeanors. We'll deal with those after the felony. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal advocate's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. So, ma'am, it does appear that you are very likely eligible for a drug diversion program where if you get to court and you participate in some drug treatment, you could possibly have these felony charges dismissed. And from what I can see, it looks like you don't have any felony criminal history currently. Are you interested in that program?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And the state did recommend pretrial services, so I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial services supervision, order monitoring or treatment as directed by them, no alcohol or illegal drugs. That hearing that you need to get to see if you're eligible for that program is in a week. from today. It's on April 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And council waive time on the PH.
Yes, Judge.
So that will be on May 21st. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple of different court dates, ma'am, okay? So the really important one is in a week that you get to that hearing at Superior Court for the felonies, all right? And then on your Justice Court warrants, these are for 2023 cases, it looks like involving their animal-related charges. I'm going to appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you. And I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. And that hearing is going to be on April 23rd at 10 o'clock in the morning in Pima County Justice Court. All right, so you need to make sure you get to both of those hearings or warrants will issue for your arrest.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
That's all. You're excused. You're welcome.
Good evening.
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Ephraim Rodman.
Mr. Rodman, I'm seeing you this evening on a charge of burglary. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. I've reviewed all of the information provided, including the state's recommendation of a $2,500 bond. I'll hear from defense.
Thank you, Judge. We're asking that you consider release to pretrial. He does say he's homeless, but he does have his partner's house that he can stay at. He just doesn't know the phone number. It looks like his last conviction is from 2016. This is a nonviolent offense. It's only a level 1 on the pretrial services matrix. No active NVCA flag and only a 2 on the FTA scale. So we're asking you to consider release.
I'm going to order a $1,000 bond. It'll be cash if secured and released to pretrial posted. Monitoring or treatment. Do not return to the incident location. Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for April 16th. That's all, sir. You're excused. Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Desiree Simonson.
All right. Mr. Simonson, I'm seeing you in a couple of different matters. You've got a warrant for aggravated assault on a corrections employee that's alleged to have occurred on November 22nd of 2025. And then you've got a new misdemeanor charge that we'll deal with after the felony. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I will appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for this evening's hearing. So I understand the state's asking for a $2,500 bond. That's the amount that was on the warrant. But I also understand that this was a refile, dismissal and refile. And it looks like Mr. Simonson's released already to pretrial services supervision and has been, it looks like, since December. I'll hear from defense.
Judge, we'd be asking that you consider release to pretrial. You noted all those different things. It looks like this was a summons. It wasn't originally a warrant. He was never arrested on it. He didn't have knowledge of it. So we're asking you to release him back to pretrial so he can attend.
All right. I will order, sir, that you be released to pretrial services supervision. Just keep staying in contact with them. And then you need to get to your arraignment. It's in 1 week from today. It's on April 13th at 1:30 in Superior Court. Okay. And then this misdemeanor charge is for criminal trespass. On that matter, I will enter a plea of not guilty and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. On that matter, sir, I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. Sir, can you wake him up? I just want to make sure you hear me because I'm ordering, sir, that you not. I want to make sure that you understand that you cannot return to the incident location, which it looks like was at Sausage Deli. You can't go back to that property, okay?
Okay.
All right, and then your hearing in Tucson City Court is going to be on May 5th at 9 o'clock in the morning. So you've got 2 hearings that you need to get to. You've got 1 in a week in Superior Court for your arraignment, and then 1 in City Court in about a month on May 5th at 9 o'clock for your City Court matter. All right?
Okay.
All right, that's all, sir. You're excused. All right, thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you, Judge. Good night.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, please be seated. Okay, good evening, everybody. It's the 8 o'clock calendar. It's April 6, 2026. I will tell you this, the court orders for taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. All right, now, I'm not going to set forth out loud all your release conditions, but they will be on your paperwork, so please refer to them. At a minimum, they will say, do not drive without a valid driver's license and no drugs without a valid prescription. For those of you who are on probation violations, it will also say, must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no possession or consumption of alcohol. All right. It's for those of you who I set a secured appearance bond, you can go to a bondsman. It's my understanding they do collect calls from the jail. The names and numbers of bonding companies are on some of the walls of the jail. If you can't locate them or you need some help, please ask one of the officers for assistance. All right. Because we're being streamed, I will give out the victim's rights advisements. If a person is a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, they're advised they have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to speedy trial, to be present in court proceedings, choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution for a person who's been convicted of causing your loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Okay, let's start with Anthony Campillo. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Anthony Alexander Campillo, 07-1992.
Okay, so you've got a total of 4 matters before me. First of all, here in Maricopa County, you got a probation violation warrant. I am appointing a lawyer for you. And court date is supposed to be at 201 West Jefferson on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning. I told you about no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, and contacting a probation officer within 72 hours of release. As I said, I appoint a lawyer for you. You also have a warrant at the East Mesa Justice Court. The address is on your paperwork here. On a prescription drug thing, the judge asked that you not be released on your own recognizance. In fact, he wanted he or she wanted a bond of over $1,100 on it. I'm going to set bond amount of $50 on that. Okay, same release conditions for all your matters. Okay. Then you have another one of the Pioneer Justice Court, which I think is Pinal County.
Pinal County.
It's what? It is Pinal County?
I think so.
Okay, the address is there. It's out of Maricopa County. You have an assault charge. A lawyer will be appointed for you on the next court hearing if it hasn't been done before. It says here arraignment hearing on April 9th at 8:30. They've ordered in Pinal County. You'll be held on a $250 cash bond. Otherwise, the release conditions stay the same. And finally, you have another probation violation at a Pinal County Superior Court. All right, and your court date. Hold on, let me just tell you, in Pioneer, I don't think I gave you the court date. Yeah, April 9th. And then you have the matter in Pinal County Superior Court and a probation violation. A lawyer will be appointed for you at the next hearing. Same release conditions. Your court date there is April 9th at 8:30. Once again, I don't know if you get when you're going to be transported there, but they've ordered that pursuant to Rules 7.2C and 27.6, you be held without bond. So you'll talk to your lawyer down there to see if that can be changed, but that's Pinal County Superior Court's decision. All right, so step to your left, please.
Okay, So I'm not getting released then on my own requirement?
No. I've mentioned bonds were set, and on the one probation violation at Pinellas County, they're having you held without bond at this time.
So how long does it take for me to get transferred? You know?
I don't know, because a lot will depend, because you're in two different counties. I'm not sure.
2 different counties.
Yeah, Pinellas and here. All right, Daniel Kimes. Right. Evening, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Daniel Kimes, 10-4-89.
A little louder.
Daniel Kimes, 10-4-89.
All right, so here on 2 matters. One is a probation violation matter. It looks like you're on probation, possession, drug paraphernalia. You're alleged to violate term 1, not being a law-abiding citizen. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be an arraignment, probation revocation, arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson on April 13th at 8:30. Now, that's going to be different from your new case. They'll ultimately be combined, and your lawyers will be combined. So make sure you tell each lawyer about the other one so they know, okay? Same, the release conditions for probation violations that I mentioned before. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of a release. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. And bond is set in that in the amount of $250 security appearance bond. Now, then you have a new charge of burglary in the 3rd degree, possession burglary tools, and criminal trespass in the 2nd degree. I'm appointing a lawyer for you on that one also. This one you'll be at 175 West Madison Street. Status conference on April 13th at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing on April 15th at 8:30. Obviously, you can't be in the same place different places at the same time. That's why I tell you which court you go to first. Let them know, because they may not transport you to both. Okay. Same release conditions as in the probation violation, except you're adding you're not to have any contact with your co-defendant, who was seen earlier. And bond was set for that one in the amount of $2,500 security appearance bond. All right, step to your left, please. Ronnie Gentry. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Ronnie Gentry, September 26, 1986.
Okay, so you're here on a probation violation also. It looks like you're on probation for being prohibited possessor of a weapon. You're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 4. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Likewise, you'll be at 201 West Jefferson on April 13th for a probation revocation arraignment hearing. Likewise, if you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Bond is set in a security appearance bond amount of $750. If you post your bond and you don't show up, you can lose your bond and a warrant could issue for your arrest.
Yes, sir.
April 13th at 8:30.
Did I ask you a question, sir?
I can't hear you.
Did I ask you a question?
You have a question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Just speak louder. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. I'm in here because I didn't pay a fine. I didn't pay a fine for
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you the courtesy. Your lawyer. It's something you'll talk to your lawyer about this, but let me tell you.
I just seen my probation officer, sir. I'm sorry.
Let me just tell you. Hold on one second. They did a teletype. My apologies, sir. 1 second.
I just seen her last week before I got in here, and she said everything's straight, and she gonna make sure.
1 second. I have to amend this, by the way, because I wrote the wrong thing in there. You're alleged of not being a law-abiding citizen here, according to Mr. Gentry. What's your date of birth again?
September 26, 1986.
Okay, I got to amend this, by the way. So.
Okay.
It's got to be a...
Okay, 1 second. I'm going to try to answer your question in a second, okay? Okay, now, let's look at your probation officer's case notes. Okay. This is weird. In the APET it said 3 and 4, terms 3 and 4, and on the warrant it says term 1, am I right?
Yeah, because it was a warrantless one.
What?
It was a warrantless one.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm saying that the page 2 says term 1, but in our APETs it said terms 3 and 4.
Because I know usually when we get the warrantless one, it's pending review, so that's why they just said it as a general of term 1 for us.
All right,
even
so
though they have a specific.
okay, I'll go back to 2 and 3 and 4 then as it was. Okay. You're being held on something else, right?
Yeah, for not paying a fine.
No, hold it. What's this hold for? What?
I don't know, it's not on.
Because it looks like you're in custody, booking number G244833.
Mm-hmm.
For
For not paying a fine, they gave me.
I don't know. I'm trying to look through it, okay? I'm trying to help you and give you the information, okay? Well, he did, I don't know if it's a he or she, your probation officer, but back on March 26th, he reported to your office as directed for sign something for sage counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's that.
And everything was.
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to read this for you. Okay. Back on March 16th, they received an email from Sage. You were discharged from treatment on March 16th. You completed 3 out of 12 anger management sessions and 8 out of 10 substance abuse treatment groups. And you were discharged due to excessive absences. Okay, that's all the information I have in regard to that. So, go back to this thing here.
Sorry.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, sir, all I can say is speak with your lawyer, and he or she will try to sort things out in regard to that. But bond was set in $750.
I'm trying to see, can I get like a reduction in?
No, that's the decision.
I just seen the
All right, step
probation
to your left,
officer on the
please,
26th.
Step to your left.
That's why I don't see how I can be in violation. I just seen him on the 26th.
Step to your left. Jason Coker.
Commissioner, for number 14, your signature didn't save. If you need some changes.
I cannot compare here.
Number 14, your signature didn't save. If you made changes.
But it shows term 1 though, right? That's what I'm saying. Here's the problem. I'll keep. Now you have it?
Now it did.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Your name and date of birth, please.
Jason Daniel Coker, 12/26/03.
Okay, you got a bench warrant out of Superior Court because apparently you didn't show up for a status conference. You also, you got a warrant out of Pinal County, but they only would extradite within that county. And you may have one other warrant. But anyway, you got the warrant on it, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. You already have a lawyer on that. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on April 13th and a witness preliminary hearing 2 days later, April 15th, both at 8:30. Your judge set bond in the amount of $500 security appearance bond. All right, step to your left, please. Darrell Marchman. All right, good evening, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Darrell Marchman, 12/16/1985.
I'll say, okay, sir, you've got a total of 3 matters before me. 2 of them are probation violations. And I'm appointing a lawyer for you on all your cases. And your probation violations will be at 201 West Jefferson at 8:30 on April 13th for a revocation arraignment hearing. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You're alleged to violate terms 1. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Must contact your probation officer in 72 hours. Bond is set in an amount of $250 each for each one of these probation violations. So that, remember, that's at 201 West Jefferson on April 13th. You got a new case, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Appointing a lawyer for you. That will also be on April 13th at 8:30 for a status conference. Witness preliminary hearing is April 15th at 8:30. Appointing a lawyer for you. Once again, tell your lawyer about the other case because they won't take you in both places at the same time. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, and contact your probation officer in 72 hours of release. You must obey terms of orders of protection or any injunction against harassment issued or has been served on you. All right, and then we have a new case here. All right, that's the one I just mentioned to you about. Okay, so your total bond is, the bond on that one is $100. So your total bond is $600 security appearance bond. If you post your bond, make sure you make all your court dates in both buildings, but ultimately they'll be combined in one building. All right, step to your left, please. Yvette Gonzalez. All right, your name and date of birth.
Yvette Gonzalez, 10/24/88.
And you're Yvette Gonzalez? Say yes?
Yes.
Okay. You're here on a bench warrant on a probation violation, and a Class 6 felony possession of drug paraphernalia. Appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have your revocation arraignment hearing on 201 West Jefferson on March 13th at 8:30. You're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no weapons. And another judge in probation violation set bond the amount of $250. All right, step to your left, please. Raina Clay. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Raina Clay, 5/27/85.
All right, you're also here on a probation violation. Looks like you're on probation for possession of dangerous drugs. You're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. Likewise, if you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours of release. No weapons, no possession or consumption of alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Your probation revocation arraignment hearing will be April 13th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. But if you get out, post your bond, make sure you contact your probation officer and show up for court. All right, step to your left, please. Daniel Garcia. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Daniel Garcia, 42582.
Okay, sir, you're here on a probation violation also. Appointing a lawyer for you. You'll also be in court on April 13th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson for probation revocation arraignment hearing. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 5, and 15. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours release. Can't possess any weapons, possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Judge in probation violation court set bond for you is security appearance bond of $250. All right, step to your left, please, sir. Yolanda Garcia. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Yolanda Marie Garcia, 10984.
All right, you're here on 2 probation violations. Looks like you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia for both alleged to have violated term 3 on them. And these warrants are from November of 2024. And if you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. As I said, term 3 is alleged violation. Your court date will be April 13th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson, and you'll talk to your lawyer then. Judge in probation violation court set bond for you in the amount of $250. That's on each one. So total. I'm sorry. Let me just correct that. I'm amending it, by the way. It's $100 on each one, not $250 in each one. So the 500 will be 200. So let me make that change. Okay. Yeah, it was just wrong on one. So it's total $200. So if you post your bond, make sure you show up for the court, do all those other things, and contact your probation officer. Okay?
Great, thank you.
Elizabeth Graham. Oh, is she? That'd be by phone. Oh, she's here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They just brought her in.
Oh, I gotcha. Elizabeth Graham. All right, hi. Your name and date of birth, please.
Elizabeth Rose Graham, 6797.
All right, you're here on a probation violation. Looks like you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. Alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. This from warrant was in December of 2024. I appoint a lawyer for you. Your court date will be at 201 West Jefferson for a probation revocation arraignment hearing on April 13th at 8:30. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. And a judge in your court said, and probation violation court said bond in the amount of $250 security appearance bond. All right, step to your left, please. Dennis Jokum. Actually,
You're at the gallery now?
yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be right with you. Also, sir, just give me your name and date of birth. I got to go over some preliminaries with you.
Dennis Yoakum, 7/30/59.
Is Jokum?
Yoakum, yeah.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure I pronounce your name correctly. Okay. Sir, by the way, it looks like you got a warrant out of Lee County, Florida, but they're not going to pick you up.
Yeah, I've heard that for years.
I know, I'm just telling you, it's failure to pay. And then you also have a warrant out of Tempe.
I just took care of that this morning.
Okay, I'm just reading what I have here. Sometimes people like to know about it.
I got a quote, they brought me here, they fined me $500 and it's over.
Okay, cool.
That's done with today.
Okay. It probably wasn't off this thing. Pretrial services didn't probably catch that it was off.
I understand.
That's all. Okay. All right, sir, you're here on a grand jury indictment.
Failed to register.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting till everyone's gone.
Oh, thank you for doing that, by the way.
Yeah, we just do it, but, all right.
Would you like me to clear out the gallery? I have one more inmate in here.
Yeah, take him out, please.
Okay, thank you. Oh. You're going to see the judge, and I'm going to take the gallery. I'll call you up.
Okay. The failure to register, the offense date is listed as October 19th, 2023, and failing to register or confirm the identity from 12/27/24. I don't have any more information about it than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it was based on a grand jury indictment. Okay. Your revocation, your not guilty arraignment will be at 175 West Madison on April 14th at 8:30. Another judge on the return of the indictment set bond for you in the amount of a security appearance bond of $2,500. Okay. So, talked to your lawyer about that. I said, when it's an indictment, we don't have any information about the facts.
Yeah, I don't have a lawyer.
No, you will. I appointed one for you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? You'll talk to your lawyer probably in the next
I
court.
have a hard time hearing too, I'm sorry.
It's all right, so do I, so it works out well, okay? But you heard everything else I said?
Yeah, I did.
Cool,
I was
okay.
diagnosed with Alzheimer's, man, like 6 years ago, and it's really starting to catch up on me.
Gotcha, okay. While we're bringing in, you can go ahead.
So
Please. I'm gonna bring in oaths, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'll just call on the record for Alexandria Perez, was the house call because refusing orders. And she was here in a bench warrant out of Superior Court. Possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, and criminal trespass, second degree. Appointing a lawyer for her. Her court dates will be April 13th for a status conference and witness preliminary hearing on April 15th, both at 8:30, 175 West Madison Street. Not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witnesses. Bond was set by her court at $500. Then there was John Rentoul. He was not brought over because he's on a suicide watch. First of all, in regard to 2025-00291, that is an out-of-county warrant out of Navajo County on possession of drug paraphernalia. A lawyer will be appointed for him in the next court date, which will be on April 8th at 8:30 in Navajo County. That's what it's scheduled, and they set bond in the amount of $7,500. And he also has a he's got a bunch of other warrants, but I don't know if there are any other holds. Yeah, and a resisting arrest charge. And, his court dates will be April 13th and April 15th for status conference and preliminary hearing at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. Bond was set in the amount of $100 due to the bond in Navajo County. Okay. Now, Mr. Oates. Okay, thank you. The wall was in the way.
To the podium, sir.
Okay, good evening, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Toronto, 3/5/1989.
All right, sir. You've one charged with one count of indecent exposure, a class 1 misdemeanor. It'll be at the Peoria City Court. It'll be on your paperwork where that court is. Make sure you show up. Next court date will be April 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're not to return to the scene of alleged crime and not to initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witness. But I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. So show up for court so you don't have a warrant, okay?
Okay.
But it'll take about 4 to 6 hours for you to be processed. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, step to your left, please.
Here's your paperwork. And then if you can back where you were.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we can go off the record.
All rise. Good evening, everyone. Please be seated. Thank you. We're good? All right. All right, good evening, everyone. This is the 11 o'clock initial appearance calendar for April 6th, 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Prior to calling people to the podium, I would like to read the victim rights advisement. If you are a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, dignity, and respect, the right to a speedy trial, the right to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victim rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. And with that, if I can get Constance Hunter to the podium with assistance. If I can have Armando Reyna come to the chair next to the door. Put your left hand out. Left hand out. Okay, keep going. Right. Hold it down. Right there. Right. Now rotate right here. Turn. All right. Good evening, ma'am. My name is Commissioner John Agra. May I have your full name and date of birth?
Constance Hunter,
And what is your date of birth?
1/13/57.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you are here today because you have a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly, one count of aggravated assault as a Class 6 felony. The court has found that probable cause does exist as to this count. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Let me tell you what your next court dates are next. They are, you have a status conference on April 20.
Hear what he's saying.
Can you hear me okay? You cannot? We're going to assist you with the hearing, okay? Just give it just another moment, and someone will hand you a device that will assist you with the hearing.
There you go.
Okay, can you hear me a little better now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to start over just to make sure that you got everything right. I did get your name and I did get your date of birth. You are here today because you have a matter, a criminal matter that stems from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly, one count of aggravated assault as a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause to exist as to that count. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. I'm going to talk about your next court dates. Your next court date is a status conference on April 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 23rd. Both matters are at 8:30 in the morning, and both are in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions, in other words, what's going to happen to you today in terms of whether or not you stay in custody, I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance, and that means you're going to be processed out of here today, as long as you show up to your next court date on the 21st of April. There are some other release conditions that apply. For instance, you cannot go back to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims or officers in this matter. You're also not to possess any weapons, consume any drugs without a valid prescription, consume any alcohol, you can't leave the state of Arizona, and continue to provide proof of your local address to the court. Everything that I just said will be provided to you in the paperwork you're about to receive. One of the officers now will help assist you to move to your left and back to where you were seated.
Okay, thank you.
Going over to your right.
Mr. Reyna, thank you very much. All right, sir, could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Armando Reyna Jr., 09/16/2003.
All right. Carla, can we affix the junior to his card there, his name? All right, sir, did you say September 16th, 2003?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are here today as a result of two different matters. The first matter is actually number one on the calendar. It is a new case stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of burglary in the first degree, one count. Give me 1 second here. Okay, one count of burglary in the first degree, a class 2 felony, one count of aggravated assault as a domestic violence related offense as a class 2 felony, two counts of aggravated assault involving a dangerous instrument or weapon as both as class 3 felonies, and one count of criminal damage as a class 1 misdemeanor. As to all counts, the court has found that probable cause does exist. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 15th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court is concerned about the particularly dangerous and violent manner in which the allegations against you appear. I also looked at your history of prior convictions. As such, the court is imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $35,000. Should you be able to post that bond, I am also going to order that you be equipped with an electronic monitoring device prior to your release, also known as an ankle bracelet. There are additional release conditions that you must abide by. You can't go back to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims in this matter. In addition, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. As to your second matter, number 29 on the calendar, you are here for, that is a matter that involves a Maricopa County Superior Court probation violation warrant. You're on probation for a class 1 misdemeanor. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on April 13th in the downtown Superior Court at 8:30 in the morning. It is alleged that you have violated term 1 of your probation. Term 1 on everybody's probation is not to commit new offenses while on probation.
Okay.
And the term 1 being the matter that we just talked about earlier. In relation to your release conditions, as to that matter, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Again, there are other release conditions that you must abide by on both matters that I have not gone over, but they will be included to you in writing. One I would like to point out in particular as to both matters is that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release, if you are released. With that, if I can have you step to your left so you can get a copy of your paperwork. Thank you. Tiffany Anderson, please. And if I can have Isaiah Rice to the chair next to the door. Good evening, ma'am. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Tiffany Anderson, 09/28/1996.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you're here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of aggravated assault as a class 3 felony. I believe that's also going to be a class 3 dangerous felony because of the use of a weapon, as well as one count of criminal damage as a class 1 misdemeanor. As to both counts, the court has found that probable cause does exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 15th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. should you be able to post that bond, I'm also ordering that you be equipped with an electronic monitoring device prior to your release, also known as an ankle bracelet. Because if you are released, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. That ankle bracelet is designed to ensure or keep track of your whereabouts, so you don't do that. There are other release conditions that are applicable, that apply. I'm not going to go over all of them with you, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please. Do we have an attorney online for Isaiah? Okay.
Yes, Shaw, Isaiah Rice.
Okay, let me, okay.
And Your Honor, I don't have any of the facts of what's being alleged. The Form 4 was blank as to that, and so I won't be able to argue probable cause.
Let's, we'll talk through it. All right, let me call the matter. Mr. Rice, if I can have you come to the podium. All right, I'm going to call the matter. Before I call it, is the state online too, or is it, okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call the matter. This is State of Arizona versus Isaiah Rice. Mr. Rice, I'm sorry, I believe you are, I did get a notice of appearance that there is an attorney that is going to be present, at least for these proceedings. Are we still on? Okay. At least for these proceedings, counsel, if you are going to represent Mr. Rice moving forward, you will have to file another notice of appearance for the related to the future court dates.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay. With that said, if I can have you announce, please.
Arja Shaw on behalf of Isaiah Rice.
Okay. And you are, for the record, you are appearing virtually. The state is not present virtually, or in person or otherwise. Mr. Rice, can I have you give me your full name and your date of birth?
Isaiah Ethan Rice, February 10th, 2000.
All right.
Your Honor.
Thank you very much. All right, counsel, previous to me calling this matter on record, you talked about the fact that you could not locate the Form 4, and that is because there is no Form 4 in relation to this matter. This was a matter that has come from the grand jury. So the grand jury was presented with material, information, evidence, testimony, that kind of thing, and they determined the issue as to probable cause. So the grand jury has found probable cause. If there is a PC challenge that you'd like to make, I think it's going to be down the road. It may have to be down the road if you're going to challenge the grand jury proceedings.
Understood, Your Honor. We will get a hold of the grand jury transcripts.
Okay. So with that said, Mr. Rice, your case here stems from a grand jury indictment and a grand jury warrant. A grand jury has listened to testimony and other evidence related to your matter and has found that probable cause does exist to move the matter forward. The probable cause which exists relates to the one count, and counsel, I don't know if you're aware of this, but it's one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon as a Class 3 felony. With that said, probable cause having been found as a result of the grand jury, this is what I'm going, let's move through the rest of it, and then we can talk about release conditions here in a minute. Counsel, is there a certainty, with what degree of certainty can you say that you're going to be representing Mr. Rice moving forward?
Your Honor, from what I understand, the family will be hiring me as NAP counsel. So I'll be filing a motion for NAP.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go ahead and appoint an attorney, Mr. Rice, to represent you. Again, to the degree that that may change moving forward, it will be what it will be. I just want to make sure that no matter what, at your next court date, there's an attorney one way or the other there to represent you. With that said, your next court date is an arraignment on April 14th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Now, let's talk about release conditions. There is no recommendation from the state because the grand jury also issued that issued the warrant through which this warrant stands, also issued a bond amount. And counsel, since you don't have it, I'm going to read you what the bond amount is and what the rationale for the bond amount is as well. And pursuant to the grand jury arrest warrant, it is a secured appearance bond, so not a cash bond. It's a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. The rationale behind it, as espoused by the grand jury, is that the defendant has multiple DUI arrests throughout Maricopa County, including a DUI arrest just 6 days before this incident, the day of offense of this incident. In this case, the defendant has DUI of numerous drugs, convictions, including prescription and THC, when he struck the victim and fractured her spine. As a result of that evidence and testimony being presented to the grand jury, that's how they came up with the $10,000 secured appearance bond. Before I make any ruling or finding in this case, counsel, would you like to argue that in any way?
Your Honor, I just want to know, as soon as we found out that Mr. Rice was page 2'd, his family did reach out to me. They've been in contact with me. He actually lives with his mother. He has strong familiar support in Arizona. He has lived here for now many years. He has a job he can go to. He is stable. His family is there for him. He is not a flight risk. So we would ask that the secured appearance bond remain a secured appearance bond. We would ask for an amount of $5,000 if possible.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Rice, I have considered your ties to the community and your strong family support. However, I'm also looking at the fact that there was some very serious, a fractured spine is a serious injury as far as an aggravated assault matter goes. It's also, this matter is, I've taken into consideration the fact that this matter is also listed as, and counsel, if I didn't mention it earlier, this matter also has a dangerousness allegation attached to it. So it's an aggravated assault class 3 felony as a dangerous offense. And your attorney can explain to you what that means and what the ramifications of that would mean. Given the fact that there is a dangerousness allegation attached to the class 3 felony aggravated assault, I am just going to affirm the grand jury's bond in the amount of $10,000 as a secured appearance bond. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply, that you may not have any contact with the alleged victim or witnesses in this matter, including the arresting officers. The rest of your release conditions, I'm not going to go over with you, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. And the date of this offense, if not already mentioned, that was January 5th, 2023. January 5th, 2023. I've also taken into account that since then, you have had one subsequent DUI conviction. So in part of my decision to affirm the $10,000 security appearance bond, that has also played a role. With that, is there anything else, counsel?
Nothing from defense, but Isaiah, what are you wanting to say?
I was pretty confused on all of it. The 2023 one, I did over
so let me
a year in rehab to get that down, but the one I just got hit with today, I don't even know who I hit or what I did or what does that mean.
Okay.
Nobody ever told me. That's why I don't know what a page 2 is. I don't know what a.
So Isaiah, that this stems from an incident in 2023 where there was an alleged accident. So we'll get the reports, but I will be in touch with your family to get you released for the next steps. Okay.
Okay, this happened. That happened in 2023, allegedly.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
This incident, yes,
Oh, I'm
allegedly
sorry. I don't
happened.
know. Counsel, he was looking at me when he was asking that question. That's why I answered.
Oh.
But anyway, I'm glad you answered as well. I think further conversations about this incident should be private between you and your attorney. I mean, if you have any questions about your next court date, I'll be happy to answer them. But I should advise you, we are recording, and anything that you say could be used against you, that kind of thing. So.
That's correct. Isaiah, we'll talk later.
Okay. Anything else, counsel?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. As such, sir, if you could move to your left, you'll get a copy of all your paperwork, and we are adjourned on your matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, counsel. If I can have Natasha Sontokoi come to the chair next to the door, please. I'm sorry, come to the podium. And if I could have Chad Van Dyke come to the chair next to the door. Good evening, ma'am. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Natasha Tierra Santacoy, April 28, 1987.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you're here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of theft of means of transportation, a Class 3 felony, one count of theft or control of stolen property as a Class 3 felony, and one count of criminal damage as a Class 6 felony. As to the Class 3, both Class 3 felonies, the court did find probable cause to exist. As to the Class 6 felony, that is the criminal damage, the court did not find probable cause to exist. That doesn't mean the offense itself is dismissed. It just means right now I don't have enough evidence to find probable cause on it. They may dismiss it down the road, or they may new evidence may appear, or additional evidence, I should say, may appear to move that particular charge forward. With that said, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 15th, both at 8:30 in the morning and both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $7,500. $7,500. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply. For instance, you cannot go back to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victims. The rest of your release conditions, I'm not going to go over with you, but they're going to be included for you in the writings, in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please. Chad Van Dyke to the podium, please, and Gabriel Gonzalez to the chair next to the door. Give me a moment, sir, please. Thank you. All right, sir, please give me your, give me one more second, I'm sorry. Okay. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Chad James Van Dyke, 9/17/92.
Thank you very much. Sir, you're here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly one count of aggravated assault as a Class 4 felony, one count of resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony, and one count of assault as a Class 1 misdemeanor. As to all counts, the court has found probable cause to exist. I'm going to have to reprint this. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 15th, also at 8:30 in the morning. Both matters are going to be in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, the court has taken into account the victim impact statement provided by the civilian victim in this matter, as well as the state's recommendation. I've also taken into account that you have no prior felony convictions. However, given the fact that there were multiple victims in this matter, including one of them being a law enforcement officer, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. $2,500 secured appearance bond. If you are able to post that bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with either of the victims or any of the witnesses in this matter. There are additional release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go over them with you, all of them with you, but they are going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left. Gabriel Gonzalez, please, to the podium, and then Andrew Bowker to the chair next to the door. All right, sir, please give me your full name and date of birth.
Gabriel Gonzalez, 2/25/92.
Thank you very much. Sir, you're here as a result of a bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for a previous offense, one count of endangerment, a Class 6 felony, and one count of DUI as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm not going to point new counsel to you. I believe counsel already exists in this matter, so I'm going to affirm the presence of previous counsel. Your next court date your next court date is a status conference on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. As far as your release conditions go, I am going to be affirming a previously set bond amount by a different judicial officer, actually the judicial officer that was handling your case. I'm going to affirm her bond amount in the amount of $1,000, and that's going to be a cash-only bond. Cash-only bond in the amount of $1,000. Should you be able to post that bond, there are other additional release conditions which apply. I'm not going to go over all of them here today, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left. Andrew Bowker, please, to the podium, and if I can have Eleanor Collado to the chair next to the door. Good evening, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Andrew Milton Bowker, April 28th, 1993.
Thank you very much. Sir, you're here today as a result of a Maricopa County Superior Court probation violation warrant for a Class 3 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In this matter, it is alleged that you have violated terms 5 and 15 of your probation. As such, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions which apply. I'm not going to go over all of them with you, but I would like to point out the fact that you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. The rest of your release conditions, along with all my orders, will be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. I can have you step to your left, please. Eleanor Collado to the podium, please, and if I can have Christopher Walter to the chair next to the door. Good evening, ma'am. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Yes, Eleanor Elizabeth Garcia Collado, January 16th, 1976.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you're here today as a result of 3 different matters. All 3 matters are Justice Court warrants from a Justice Court. All 3 matters are from the El Centro Justice Court. The first matter, number 30 on the calendar, is for criminal trespass in the 3rd degree as a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is April 9th at 8:30 in the morning in the El Centro Justice Court. Your second matter is also, again, it's a bench warrant from the El Centro Justice Court. It is for, again, the criminal trespass in the 3rd degree as a Class 3 misdemeanor. As to that matter, your next court date is the same as the other court date, April 9th in the El Centro Justice Court at 8:30 in the morning. And your third matter, again, another bench warrant from the El Centro Justice Court, also for a criminal trespass as a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in all 3 matters, if I haven't already mentioned it. Your next court date is the same as your previous 2 court dates. It's April 9th at 8:30 in the morning in the El Centro Justice Court. As to your release conditions in all 3 matters, the court has imposed a secured appearance bond of $500 as to each matter. So it's $1,500, $1,500 total. Apparently, you were released on your own recognizance before, and that wasn't enough to secure your future appearance at future court dates. So the court has imposed the $500 secured appearance bond. Actually, the secured appearance bond in the amount of $500 was requested by the Justice Court judge, and I'm going to be affirming that amount as to each one of your matters. Should you be able to post that bond or all bonds, there are release conditions which apply that I haven't gone over, but they will be included for all 3 matters in the paperwork that you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Can you hold on? We're going to have to reprint one of her, one of Ms. Collado's. Hey, bring her back in. Great. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, officer. All right. If I can have Christopher Walter come to the podium, please, and if I can have Iona Hennington come to the chair next to the door. All right, sir, good evening. Could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Good evening, Christopher Walter,
And what's your date of birth?
10/08/1990.
All right. So you're here today as a result of three different matters. The newest one is a matter is a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. As to the drug paraphernalia and the dangerous drug possession, I did not find that probable cause existed. Therefore, I will not be able to hold you on those counts. However, I did find probable cause as to the possession of narcotic drugs, which is a Class 4 felony. If I didn't mention it, the dangerous drugs were a Class 4 felony, and then the paraphernalia is a Class 6 felony. Given that I found probable cause as to the narcotic drugs, again, that doesn't mean the other 2 counts are dismissed. It's just right now with the evidence that I saw, I could not determine probable cause. You'll have to go to your next court date to find out if those other 2 counts are dismissed. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 23rd, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. All right, let's talk about your release conditions. All right, the court has made note of the fact that you are on probation for 2 other matters. This is your new offense. But the court has also made note of the fact that this offense and all your other offenses, including the ones that you're on probation for they're all drug related. To me, I would rather see you get help for the drug-related offenses and for any kind of addiction that you may have than just sit in jail. Unless you feel that sitting in jail would be beneficial to you, so to help you get clean in some way. But I am inclined to release you here today on your own recognizance, and I'm going to do so on the hope that you go out and you get some help, because for whatever addiction that you're going through, identify the triggers, get back on track, because as these felonies start to mount up moving forward, the consequences are just going to get more and more severe. So again, whenever I see somebody that's just before me, their whole history is just personal possession. They haven't hurt anybody other than themselves. They haven't made victims. They haven't created victims. I want to give that individual as much of an opportunity as possible. You're on probation. It could be as easy as talking to your probation officer about just reaching out and getting some help or getting some additional help. I know they may have you testing as part of your probation, but here's the thing. If you know, I understand anybody goes off track. Everybody relapses while they're trying to get clean, while they're trying to get better. But to me, it's about identifying the triggers that make you use again and shortening the time between those triggers, relapsing and getting back on track. And I want to see you do that. I'm within my power to hold you. In other words, to set a bond in this case, and if you can't post it, you're going to be sitting here for a while. But I'm choosing not to do that. I'm choosing not to do that because of the fact that I want you to go out and try to get help, whether it's on your own or through your probation officer or something. Because the alternatives are not just sitting in jail, but also sitting in prison as these felonies start to mount up. I hope what I've said has sunk in or has made a little bit of an impact on you. With that, as to this matter, I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance. As to your second matter, which is number 14 on the calendar, it's a probation violation for a term 1 violation. The first term on everybody's probation is not to commit new offenses while on probation. The matter that we just talked about is that term 1 violation. I have appointed, as to number 14 on the calendar, I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Again, this is for an allegation of a term 1 violation. I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance as to this probation matter as well. And finally, number 15, your third matter, number 15 on the calendar, it's for another probation violation. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. This time it's for a class 4 probation, for a class 4 felony. Your next court date is the same as your previous court date. It is April 13th, and that's going to be for a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Again, the allegation is that you violated your probation by violating term 1 of your probation. As to all 3 matters, there are additional release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go over all of them with you, but one I'd like to stress is the fact that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release, because if you don't, you'll be back here, maybe not in front of me, but in front of another judicial officer that may not be as lenient. So with that, I hope you do. I hope you listen to what I've said, identify the issues, get help, and start moving forward. It always starts with day 1, and it's my sincere hope that you do so. The officers here will provide you with the paperwork as to all 3 cases. Good luck to you, sir, moving forward.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Iona Pennington to the podium, please. Thank you, officer. Good evening, ma'am. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Ayana Pennington, January 26, 1997.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you are here as a result of a bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for the 2 counts of ag DUI, both as Class 6 felonies. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 23rd, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, give me 1 second. The court has taken notice of the fact that you may not have had what is called actual notice of this matter.
Yeah.
So, let me finish here. As a result, this court does not penalize for not showing up to court dates that people did not know about. That doesn't make sense. So, with that said, you now have notice of this matter. You now know that this matter exists. You know your next court date of April 21st. With that said, I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance here today. There are other release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go over them with you. They're all going to be in writing in the paperwork you're about to receive. All right. With that, if I can ask you to move to your left, and good luck to you. Thank you. Ryan Lapatowski, please, to the podium. And Dominique Myers to the chair next to the door. Good evening, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Ryan Lee Lapatowski, November 3rd, 1985.
I was close with your last name. Not entirely spot on. My apologies. My apologies, but I was close. All right, sir, you are here, and you said 11/3/85? Okay. You're here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. As to both counts, the court did not find probable cause to exist that you committed those offenses. Now, that doesn't mean that the case is dismissed. It's just based on the information that I've seen so far, I could not find probable cause as to those offenses, and therefore I cannot hold you based on those, based on no probable cause finding. I'm going to give you a next court date. You must show up to your next court date. These offenses could be dismissed at your next court date, or they may be there may be additional evidence which surfaces to move the case forward. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 23rd, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. Again, since I didn't find probable cause, I can't hold you, so I'm releasing you on your own recognizance here today. There are additional release conditions that you must abide by. I'm not going to go over those with you here today, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. Make sure you get to your next court date.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. If I can have you step to your left. Dominique Mays, please, to the podium, and if I could have Jacob Fuel to the chair next to the door. Good evening, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Dominique Mays, 06/08/1991.
Thank you very much, sir. You are here today as a result of two different matters. The first matter is a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for, allegedly, 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. As to both of those counts, the court did not find that there is probable cause that you may have committed these offenses. As such, I can't hold you on this case. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. I'm going to give you future court dates. Because this doesn't mean, just because I didn't find probable cause, it doesn't mean that your case is dismissed. You'll have to go to your next court date to find out what's going on, whether it is dismissed or if it continues based on additional evidence. Your next court date is a status conference on April 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 23rd, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. Again, I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance here on this matter. As to your second matter, number 13 on the calendar, that stems from a warrant from the Peoria Municipal Court for, they say it's for a felony, but that cannot be because municipal courts cannot handle felonies. They can only handle misdemeanors. So, due to that warrant, I have to reprint this. Just stick with me here 1 second, sir. Now, given the nature of your offense and the jurisdiction that it stems out of, the Peoria Municipal Court, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. No one is for this type of offense. But you can hire an attorney on your own at your own expense, and if you so wish. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on April 27th at 9 a.m. in the Peoria Municipal Court, the address of which is going to be in the paperwork you're going to be receiving. My hope is that you go to that court date as well and just arrange with the court what you need to do. I would rather see you do that on your own than with the help of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. As long as you promise me you're going to do that, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on this case as well. Do you so promise?
Yeah, I'll be going to that date.
Okay. All right. Then it is ordered releasing you in this matter and your own recognizance. As to both matters, there are additional release conditions that I have not gone over, but they're going to be provided to you in the paperwork you're about to receive. All right. If I can have you step to your left. Thank you. Jacob Fuel to the podium, please, and Aaron Dahmer to the chair next to the door. All right, sir, good evening. We're still in the evening hours. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Jacob Jewell, April 3rd, 1992.
Thank you very much. Sir, you're here today as a result of two different matters. The first is a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is alleged that you have committed one count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, one count of resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia also as a Class 6 felony. As to all three counts, this court does find the fact that probable cause does exist. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 21st, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 23rd. Given the circumstances in your case, I believe it is appropriate for this court to release you on your own recognizance as to this matter, as long as you promise to appear on your own on April 21st. Do you so promise?
Yeah.
Okay. As to your second matter, number 25 on the calendar, it is for a probation violation warrant for a Class 6 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing on April 13th in the downtown Superior Court at 8:30 in the morning. The violation for that matter is the fact, that you violated term one of your probation. Term one of your probation, of everybody's probation, is not to commit new offenses while on probation. The previous matter that we discussed is that new alleged violation. However, I think you were doing everything that you were supposed to. I didn't see any warrant coming down the pike for you on the probation matter, other than this term one violation. I think you may have been doing everything else that you were supposed to. As such, I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance here today as well for the probation violation matter. As to both matters, there are release conditions that I have not gone over with you, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. One I would like to point out that you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released here today. Okay, with that, if I can have you step to your left. Aaron Dahmer, please, to the podium, and Adam Combs to the chair next to the door. Good evening, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Aaron Michael Domer, July 15th, 1982.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here today as a result of a warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is from family court in relation to child support. There is a new court date that is set. That is a return on the arrest warrant of April 14th at 10 a.m. in the Maricopa County Superior Court. Your release conditions are pretty simple. There is a purge amount that is set. It was set by the family court judge. If you pay the purge amount in full, you'll be released. If you're not, there are no other release conditions that apply. If you do not pay, then you'll go to court you must still go to court on the 14th. It's just you'll go to court through the aid of the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department. That purge amount is an amount of $300. $300. You pay the purge amount, you're released. If you don't, then you have to stay in custody.
I'm confused because I've already since I've been in custody. I've been in custody since March 5th. I went to court last month, and they cleared the warrant, and I have a court date on the 13th already. So I've already addressed this issue since I've been under, so I was confused at this. I think this is a mistake, to be honest with you, Your Honor.
All right, I am looking at the docket. Give me 1 second here. I'm double checking it here. This warrant for the $300, this is a result of a page 2. So this warrant for the $300 was issued. I understand what you're saying about having paid it prior.
No, I didn't say I paid it. I said I went to court already on this, and they dismissed it because I've been in custody, and then I have a hearing already on the 13th.
Okay, so you're going to get transported there as well if you don't post it. However, this warrant came about just yesterday. Literally April 6, 2026. So.
Yeah, that makes no sense based off my last meeting, so, okay, whatever.
Okay. So again, $300 purge bond. You're gonna get a copy of everything we just talked about in your next court date and the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your line.
Sounds great.
Adam Combs, please, to the podium.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening, sir. Actually, we're 2 minutes past, so.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just to be technical. All right, sir, please give me your full name and date of birth.
Adam Brian Coombs Serrano, August 2nd, 1980.
Thank you very much. Sir, you're here today as a result of a justice court warrant stemming from the West Mesa Justice Court for a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on April 21st, April 21st at 8:30 in the morning in the West Mesa Justice Court. I was able to discern the fact that this is a post-adjudication warrant for a failure to pay. Now, here's my thoughts on this. The judge from Justice Court asked for a $1,000 secured appearance bond. I believe it was a $1,000 secured appearance bond. It may have been a cash-only bond. Secured appearance. I know from personal experience and from doing this for over a quarter of a century now, when you go to Justice Court, they are willing and make up a payment plan. They're willing to work with you for very little. I mean, I have seen it where people ask them for a $10 or $15 a month payment plan, and they say okay. So I can have you, I can order that bond be affirmed for $1,000, or I can ask you to show up on your own on the 21st, go to the counter, see the judge, go to the window, set up some sort of payment plan. I think they'll be willing to work with you for pretty much everything, and start to put this behind you and not sit in jail or keep coming back. So with that said, I'm not going to affirm the bond of $1,000.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
I am going to be releasing you today on your own recognizance as long as you promise that you're going to show up on the 21st of April on your own.
Absolutely, Your Honor. Yeah.
Okay. And just work with them. They'll work with you. I know that for a fact. I've been practicing for, like I said, for over a quarter of a century now. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah. I worked all Sunday and Saturday to make extra money to go take care of both of these things because my probation officer, everything, had called me and said that I'm off probation, but I have these warrants. So Monday morning was supposed to be that. And so, yeah, I'll be in there way before the court date. I'll go in there tomorrow probably.
All right, but no later than the court date.
Yeah,
there
absolutely.
There are additional release conditions that apply. I'm not going to go over them with you here today, but they're going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive. Again, I'm ordering your release today.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you very much.
If I can have you step to your left. All right. Kevin Clark to the podium, please. And if I can have, I thought, has Dyson Jones been transported? Oh, he's here. Okay. I had him as a potential house call. That's why. All right, sir. Please give me your full name and date of birth.
Kevin Scott Clark, April 13, 1978.
Thank you, sir. You're here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Arrowhead Justice Court. It's a justice court matter for one count of criminal trespass in the third degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause to exist as to that offense. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is an arraignment hearing on April 21st at 2 p.m., again in the Arrowhead Justice Court. As to your release conditions in this matter, I am going to order the fact that you be released today on your own recognizance. There are some release conditions that you must abide by. You can't go back to the scene of the alleged crime. You can have no contact with the alleged victims. The rest of your release conditions I'm not going to go over, but they're going to be included in writing in the paperwork you're about to receive. If I can have you step to your left, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. If I can have Geisen Jones to the podium, please. All right, sir, please give me your full name and date of birth.
Geisen Jakari Jones, 1178.
Thank you very much. Sir, you're here for 3 different matters. The first is a new matter from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for 1 count of burglary as a Class 3 felony and 3 counts of theft of means of transportation as Class 3 felonies. As to all 4 counts, I have found probable cause to exist. Your next court date is a status conference on April 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 15th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. I have also appointed an attorney to represent you. Your release conditions in this matter include a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000 secured appearance bond. Should you be able to post that bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victims or return to the scene of the alleged crime. Your second matter, number 23 on the calendar, it's a probation violation warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. In this matter, it is alleged that you have violated Term 1 of your probation, and the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. Finally, your last matter is number 24 on the calendar. It is also a probation violation warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court for a Class 4 felony. I have appointed an attorney to represent you in this case as well. Your next court date is a probation revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing, also on April 13th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Again, for this matter, it is alleged that you have violated Term 1 of your probation, and the court has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. For all matters, there are release conditions that I have not gone over with you, but they will be provided to you in writing, including one for all 3, which applies for all 3 matters, is that you contact your probation officer within 72 hours if you are released. With that, if I can have you step to your left, please, to get a copy of your paperwork.
Okay, John.
Is the state on the line for number 5? No. Okay. Okay, if I can have Fabian Smith Brown to the podium. And officer, is there anyone? No. Can you confirm that there's no one else?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Sir, could you please give me your full name and date of birth?
Fabian Aaron Smith Brown, October 3rd, 2002.
Thank you very much. Sir, you are here today as a result of a new matter stemming from the Maricopa County Superior Court. It is for allegedly 10 different counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, all 10 counts as Class 2 felonies. The court has found probable cause to exist as to all 10 counts. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. Your next court date is a status conference on April 13th. You're going to get all this in writing.
Okay.
In the paperwork you're about to receive, it'll have the nature of your offenses, the next court date, your bond, all that. Everything I'm going to go over with you, you're going to get in writing, including some of the things I'm not going to go over with you. There's going to be more information. So your next court date is a status conference on April 13th, followed by a preliminary hearing on April 15th, both at 8:30 in the morning, both in the downtown Superior Court. As to your release conditions on this matter, obviously the court deems this a very severe and serious type matter and has imposed a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000 secured appearance bond. Should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions, you know what, which apply. I'm going to go over some of them here with you. I am going to have to reprint on this matter. Thank you for your patience. All right. Again, should you be able to post that bond, there are additional release conditions that apply, one of which is that you are not to be released until you are fitted with a electronic monitoring device, also known as an ankle bracelet. That's going to be set prior to your release. The rest of your release conditions I'm not going to go over with you, but they are going to be included in the paperwork you're about to receive.
Okay.
All right, and I'm reprinting some of your paperwork, or all of your paperwork, so I don't know if you want to stand there or if you could take a seat in the room next door. With that, I don't think there's any house calls, and so we are adjourned as to the 11 o'clock calendar. Thank you.